Before this guy will speak, he's doing like this. But the moment he starts singing and teaching, the moment he wants to correct,
Growing up, I was privileged. I didn't have any encounter with stammering because my parents, they don't stammer. My siblings, none of them stammer. Down to my relations, I can't remember anybody that stammer, but I really don't know how I got here. But I don't think they've been low for this, so I don't know. But here I am. Even my sister, the day she realized I was stammering, she was like, Chima, what's up? That should be like 2015 or 2016. We are talking as in our kind of a conversation. Next thing, I was blinking my eyes, trying to voice out, say something. I was looking, she just stood there looking at me. She didn't talk again. She kept quiet. I repeated the same thing again. She now changed the conversation entirely. She asked me, Chima, what's happening? Why are you, what I said, this is, you're just noticing. So that's how I've seen myself from. So far so good. Just like I said, the encounter is now. The difficulties is just beginning to happen now. Yeah, and by God's grace, I'll be able to overcome that since I just begin to encounter it. So that's my journey so far.
I am quite nervous because I've just been going So what should be my turn? So yes, I think I started stammering at the age of 6, maybe when I was in primary 1, and ever since then it has been part of my life. But then when I am in a comfortable environment, I hardly ever stammer. But then when you ask me to explain something or narrate something, like that is when it comes out. And yes, I am an extrovert, but then stammering has forced me to be an introvert in certain environments. And yes, in university it was very, very difficult for me because I studied international business and trade, and I had lots of presentations, so I would usually be the only black person in the class, and then I would have to stand in front of people and everyone staring at me with the whole attention on me, and eventually I would start stammering. But after 5 minutes into the presentation, if I get comfortable, that's when I get to express myself and get my points out. So yes, and even in my office currently, I think it took me about 6 months to really get comfortable with everyone in the office. Sometimes my boss would call me to ask me for a file or a document, and then I would just start breaking, and I would actually feel bad, and then I don't know, I feel like I have more to offer, but then my stutter actually prevents me from being my true self. And the thing is that sometimes my family don't understand. They just feel like I'm actually being dramatic about me stammering, because they're eventually I would grow out of it, because my mom used to stutter and my elder sister too stutters, but currently they don't, so they think that it's a phase, and when I get older I would eventually stop. So yes, and I'm actually glad to be part of this group, because when I saw it at first I was like, okay, there's going to be a support group, because I think 2 weeks before seeing this group I was looking for a speech therapist so I could go and tackle the problem before going into my professional field. So that's it.
I'm grateful for being someone that can give hope to others. That's it.
My name is John Amamale from Kogi State. I'm studying in Abuja at Temple, and I'm grateful for life. I'm grateful for my family, my parents, and I'm also grateful for meeting Mrs. Juliana.
My name is Molake Okera from Imo State. I am grateful for life, for this great meeting, and for my family.
My name is Emmanuel Tochukwuwaji. I'm from Imo State, a legal practitioner. Juliana was my classmate. Yes, in the university. Trust me, she was that very shy type. I'm telling you.
Very obvious.
I think once or twice I tried to check her, but there's this close friend of hers. There's this close friend of hers. What's her name again?
Glory.
Has a gap to tea.
Glory.
Glory. Each time I try to come close to her, she keeps pushing me. And I'm like, what is it? What is it now? You know? But then she was a very wonderful, or rather she is a very wonderful classmate. Since we graduated since 2012 until now, we still keep in touch. I'm grateful for life. Grateful for good health, both of mind and body. And I'm also grateful for this foundation that she has set up. What I want you to understand and what I want us to understand is, if you can start, you can continue.
You understand why we started feeling like he was our child?
I don't like this politics. I don't like this politics.
Yeah, my name is Emmanuel Okerafo. I'm from Imo State too.
Yeah,
And yeah, we're actually
Okay.
He's my elder brother.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you short.
Emmanuel.
Okay, yeah.
We were classmates in the minor seminary.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
wow.
And I must say that he really gave me a lot of courage while we were in secondary
Just a
school.
second.
Because before I entered the secondary school, I was quite shy to talk. And then, when I saw him, I see he was not like shy to express himself, in spite of the way he normally stammered then. So that really gave me a lot of courage to also talk. So I'm grateful for life, I'm grateful for my family, for my friends, and then for this wonderful group. I'm really happy to be part of this group. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm gonna start. It's okay. Improper and sorry for coming late. I was really online, so I just got a text me like 40 minutes in the meeting. So I thought it would be awesome if I come. Thank you. So I'm grateful for being a stammerer, basically, because it has put me at disadvantage. I go exam. Yeah, it has put me at disadvantage. That's me who was up with stammer. I don't talk with public. But as I started, being confident in myself, my family didn't really motivate me. So where did I get motivation from? Part of the stuff I read on the book, like I used to be just people that want to talk to me. But you really yes. So I guess one of the motivation was this stammer school. It is very nice, like it's a family. Yeah, so I think that's all for now. What do you do? I'm an entrepreneur. I bake. I do a lot of stuff. I write. I'm a student too.
And I'm an entrepreneur, so I have a cold room and I supply all these agricultural foodstuffs, especially beans.
Okay.
And so, basically that's what I do for.
What do you do?
I'm in the state, so
Yay.
when I had to say that you are
Electoral.
that's so wonderful. it means it will be easier for me to you. And I'm also into
The supplies.
supply of mostly beans too.
Because my father and my mother speaks fluently. I think the only issue I have then when I was growing up was I was this kind of introvert. I like staying indoor. I don't really relate. Even when we get some visitors at home, even I just see them coming to the sitting room and go to my room immediately. And also growing up, the friends I made back then in school, they don't stammer. Except last year when I traveled to Jos, I was there during my internship program with the Plateau State Internal Revenue Service. So that was when I get to discover that my cousin brother stammers. And he's the kind of person that he talks fast. So I hardly hear what he's saying. I'll need to pay more attention to get his discussion. So I don't really have any experience with stammering growing up.
Graduated from Oziagan University in Istanbul,
reasons why I started the foundation, my parents both stammer, my father and my mother. So they used to tell me then that when they first got married, both of them would get to park. Or maybe they're on the road, then the car is coming. So let's assume that they want to go to Wuse. And two of them are stammering. So when the car is coming and the car now gets to them, where are you going to? He's stammering, she's stammering. And they will not be able to say where they are going to. Then the car will leave. Two of them will laugh. And all that. So I was like, then when two of them are stammerers, why did people now marry each other? Because they will not be able to say what they want to say. And all that. But my mom doesn't stammer so much, except like when she wants to answer the phone. And then my dad too. Well, growing up, as I was telling her, I used to be very shy. I didn't used to talk. It was my class. I don't think I ever answered any question in class or participated in anything that had to do with vocal, like talking. I never did it because I was ashamed of the embarrassment. Like people saying you like, oh, see this fine girl, see this fine girl. And I didn't want to now embarrass, yes, I didn't want to fall my hand, I didn't want to embarrass myself. So even at law school, I never like participated in things that I had to talk in class. The only thing I did was probably when they're passing the mic round and it gets to me. Then aside from that, I wasn't talking. So I didn't even want to start with Stammer Foundation at first because I spoke to him. I wanted to start with Stammer TV. And the rationale for Stammer TV was that a lot of people act films and they used to make fun of stammers. That's the only thing. That's the only thing. There's no other narrative. It's just jokes and jokes. And I was like, I want a child that was like me, that couldn't talk because they were shy, to see that a newscaster is a stammerer. Because the Stammer TV is going to be powered by stammerers. Stammerers will read the news. Stammerers will talk about football. Stammerers will ask politicians questions. Stammerers will be the ones to anchor everything. And what I have in mind is that, okay, at first, now I don't have the funds to take it straight to, let's say, DSTV. But I was like, even if I start with YouTube and then move to GoTV and every other place, then I get to DSTV. But it's going to be a TV powered by stammerers. So we'll be able to talk about news, talk about politics, talk about fashion, talk about whatever they want to talk about, but it's just the stammerers. And so that was even how it first came to me. And then after that, I spoke to him, I spoke to some other people, and I now discovered that it might be better to have a foundation, to like be the betting ground before we move to the TV. But the reason why I started the WhatsApp group especially was because of Sunny. Sunny is on the group, but he doesn't comment on the group. He just sent me a private message once and he was telling me that someone told him that he can eat something and to go. And he sent me a private message when he saw the Stammer TV. Then I had not even put Stammer Foundation, it was just Stammer TV. The way you saw Stammer TV and you reached out to me, yes, it was just Stammer TV. And he reached out to me and he spoke about the embarrassment because he's in secondary school. He spoke about the embarrassment that he's feeling and how he doesn't even want to go to the university because of stammering, and I was so touched. So I decided that I was going to start Stammer Foundation. And I was just thinking of the best way to reach people. So I was like, okay, let's just have a WhatsApp group where at least we can communicate. So if someone is feeling down, instead of them to think about killing themselves or not even doing anything, at least they'll have someone they can talk to. Then the future plans for the foundation. As I said, okay, so I'm very talking about the plans for the TV. So the plans for the foundation is one, to help stammerers be confident in themselves, to help, not just to even help me, first of all, and every other person to be confident in themselves, to be able to reach out to people, to be able to give speeches in public, to then for the 22nd of October, Stammering Awareness Day, to be able to put it on the map that stammerers in Nigeria or every other person are not ashamed of who they are. Because I was telling you, I said I spoke to a stammerer on Thursday, and he told me that the only reason why he even decided to even answer my WhatsApp chat was because he knows me, that he doesn't want to be labeled. He doesn't want anybody to that is something that is not that he was even thinking that, why would I think that he's a stammerer? And the thing about me is, once I talk to you once, even if you're hiding your stammer, I will know.
For sure.
No matter how you're hiding it, like I would once I talk to you, I would just know. So there was another guy that I spoke to. He did not reply the message, and when I saw him, he was like, "Why do you think I stammer?" And I was like, "I know you stammer." And after that, he did all kind of long stammering like that. And I was like, "I know you stammer." So the guy was like, okay, yes, he stammers, but like it has never been an issue for him. So we would be able to raise awareness, and then we'd also use the TV, we'd use magazines, and we would just create a buzz around the whole thing. And finally, before I go, there was someone that I spoke to, and he said that there are about 3 children in his school that cannot pronounce their names. That they cannot pronounce their names, they can't even communicate in class at all, they can't do anything in school. So what they do is, they just teach generally, knowing that they understand, but they don't ask them because they know that they will not be able to say anything. So part of what I believe that this foundation would be able to do would be to help children like that. Help children, help people that are still growing, that are still trying to even understand themselves. Because personally, I cried several times growing up. You understand? So to be able to help someone else to know that they are not able. Yeah. So if it's possible to, so I was thinking October 22nd, during the awareness, if it's even possible to raise funds for, let's say, children and teenagers that stammer, to help them with therapy. I have not done therapy before, but I feel that there are some children that might need it. So I asked around, and then they were like that, therapy for a child, first therapy for a child is like 50K, just to understand the child's stammering, to even know how to help the child. So it's something that I hope that we'll be able to raise funds for, and also help children, help teenagers. Some of us here have already grown, but to help other people. So that's it. And I would send it to the group so that everyone can have the objectives. And then there's another thing. So we opened an account for it last week. So I opened an account for Stammer Foundation, an account for Stammer TV separate. So that the TV one will be separate, and then the foundation also will separate to help. Yes, and I also want to help with the employability of stammerers. I don't know, I sent a message to Shraibu, but he's not here because I think he works with a bank, or he used to work with a bank, I don't know. So some other stammerers students have issues in their workplace because they stammer, or even going for an interview.
Exactly. That's something that I'm thinking of because I am about to pass out. So there's that fear of what if I go and then the interviewer should ask me questions and I won't be able to answer.
Yeah. Personally, what I do when I go for interviews, I psych myself up. I tell myself that I'm the boss. I'm serious. That is.
Does it help?
It helps because when I am going for the interview, I am the person interviewing the interviewer. That's what I tell myself. I'm the person interviewing the interviewer, and sincerely, I usually ask the interviewer a question. So I turn the table. That's how I do. Because I noticed that I stammer less when I'm not at the receiving end.
Yeah.
Yes, so that's something. So I enter that place. This is, you can just try it. So I enter there as the interviewer, enter there as the boss. I tell myself that I am the boss. I'm the person going there to. Yes, I'm the person in charge of that interview. That's what I do, and it helps me because I actually talk well, and I look at the person from a place of authority. Like I am the person that wants to give this person the job, and it helps. That's what I do.
So I'll give it a try. Hopefully it works for me.
Yeah.
Maybe I should share this little experience where I'm currently working. You know, sometime in I think that was December 2016. Then I finished service. I was still looking for a job. I was doing my thing personally. You know, and also the second interview I went for. You know, the whole thing turned out funny, and it just turned to something that looked like a family kind of discussion. So when I want to drop my CV, they called me, okay, that I want to be around by 12, make sure you're there to see me. I said, fine. I quickly rushed back home, changed, and then I went there. So when I got in, I greeted the secretary and the lawyer there, so she told me, you can go in and meet our boss. You know? So I got in there, and then I just sat down. Well, I greeted him, he asked me to sit. I sat down, and then I kept on smiling. And I was looking at him directly into his eyes, you know, and he was wondering, who is this? In his mind, I could read his mind, and who is this young man that is smiling and looking at him directly
Into my eyes.
into the so he was how we welcome. So we now kept on discussing. So my CV was in front of him. Every line of my CV, you ask me a question, I'll smile, I'll answer. The ones I can't answer, I'll tell him, well, I may not be able, you know. So at some point, he now realized I stammer. He now smiled. So he now told me, young man, feel free, and then try to express yourself. So I said, fine. So at some point, it shifted to what was supposed to look like an interview, to a kind of discussion. So we got talking, and you know, before you know it, a client came into the office, and then he now told the other lawyer, please come in, let's interview this client. And he asked me to sit down there. And when we started, he introduced me as one of his lawyers working in the office. Do you get the point?
Yes.
And then I could even see in the eyes of the other lawyer, like, seriously, you know, what would this guy have told this man to, you know? So after that, the clients left, and then he told me, okay, resume first in January, 9th of January, and then but try and come 2-3 times for further put you through what we do, the files, and then and that was it. You know. So for me, it was a nice experience because I was able to sit down there, be comfortable, smile, and once you're relaxed and you can talk gently, you just keep flowing. And then after 1 or 2 years, I now realized that this same boss of mine, his wife is actually a stammerer. So
He's invited her to the
you
group.
understand? Yes, we are going there. So if he's able to manage his wife, then he should be able to manage. Let me stop here.
Or not, because I can't even tell if I'm a stammerer or not. That's it. But one of the things I know is that I'm basically the shy type. So sometimes in having a conversation, when you're shy like that, words leaves you, and you are left there hanging like something like that. So my stammer story, I can't really foretell one like if I have a stammer thing, but I just know that I'm the shy type. So in having a conversation, I lose words, and recently I find out myself that when I'm having a conversation with you and I'm lost for the words, I find out that it's the smile and I take this place. I just laugh at it.
After that experience, experience, I decided to be quiet. So I think that was part of the reasons I became quiet, because I didn't want to embarrass myself. I didn't want people to laugh at me. So I wasn't really talking in school. I was very quiet. I remember they used to call me lonely, this one, quiet, and all that, because I didn't want to embarrass myself. So it just went on from there till secondary school, university. I remember that I used to think about my wedding day. I used to be like, when they now finally say, will you take this man as your this one? And they start saying, okay, repeat these vows after me. I used to think about it, and I'm like, God, I don't want to embarrass myself on that day. I don't remember on that day. I don't think I stammered on my wedding day, did I? So like it was like the symbol. After I got married, and my husband is like a self-awareness person, be confident, talk, be yourself, you can achieve anything in the world, you can this one. So somehow, though I used to have ideas before, but I used to try to hold it back and everything, but with his own thing like that. So it now helped me to be like more confident, to talk more and all that. So I still stammer, but I realized that when I go to places, then I now try to hide the fact that I stammer. I'll stammer because I'm trying to pretend and be something else. But so far, that's just my story. So as a person, okay, as a lawyer, I have not stood before a judge majorly because of stammering. Because of the embarrassment, I'm like thinking. So when I was getting married to my husband, he used to tell me that in this family, 2 of us are lawyers. One person must be going to court. Then I wasn't sure if he was aware that I was stammering. He was not aware, right? You were not aware. Because I remember then he'd be like, in this family, somebody must be going to court. Me, I'm not going to court, so you'll be going to court. In my mind, I'll be like, this man does not know that it's not. So I would tell him, I say, you, should we went to law school? You go and stand in front of a judge now. Yeah, I'm not going to stand in front of a judge. If you need someone that will go, maybe we'll train our children. Somebody will go. Me, I will not go and stand in front of a judge like that. But that's been my story. That's been my journey so far with stammering.
My name is Favor Italy, and I'm a sister. younger sister. I am currently in University of Port Harcourt. I am studying microbiology. I'm doing my IT now, so I'm in Abuja. And I'm grateful for my family, for being alive. Yes, that is it. So, okay. My mom's daughters, my sister, like 2 of my sisters, Rachel and yes, both of them. And when I first went to school, one of my friends, she was a stammerer, so I'm used to being around people that stammer. So when they are talking, I'm not like when they are stammering and everything, I'll just be waiting them to let it out, because I know they're stammering and everything, so I won't judge or anything. I just used to. I'm just cool with cool with them. So that's it for me.
My name is Hepzibah. I'm grateful for life. Okay, I'm a writer. I'm a makeup artist. I'm a microbiologist. I don't know if I should say I stammer, because I know that I've stammered like at certain points in my life, but it just comes. I think usually maybe if I'm joking, maybe I'm just with my sisters, then I just stammer, I'll just laugh it off. I'll be like, now I'll just laugh and it's just end. That's how it used to be. Then I think there was a time it actually got to me in my 200 level. That period, I think I was going through a lot of things. My results wasn't good, I had carryovers. Then somebody now met me, Elijah. And I said, Zipa, how far? I couldn't say fine. I kept saying, fine. It took a very long time. but just for it to come out. And I was already going through a lot. I felt very bad. I can remember I told my younger sister, I was like, can you believe, Dorcas, I stammered today. That means my self-esteem must be very low. It have reached the ground already for me to have stammered. Then, I think I got to realize that when it's usually much, it used to just, maybe it used to just come as a surprise. That's the way it happens for me. It used to surprise me at different times. And it's usually maybe when I'm like emotionally down. Somebody will just ask me something, next thing I can't say anything, to just shock me. I'll just be there, hanging, then I'll just boom and just go. I don't used to explain, but the truth is, the only time I actually felt bad was in 200 level. Other than that, I really don't have a problem with it. If I stammer so, if I can't say it so, that's the end. Take it like that, or just, that's it. So that's the I've never really, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's not every time. Maybe that's why I haven't felt it like that, Sha. I don't know. But that's my story.
Or not, because I can't even tell if I'm stammer or not, that's it. But one of the things I know is that I'm basically the shy type. So sometimes in having a conversation, when you're shy like that, words leaves you. And you're left there hanging like, something like that. So my stammer story, I can't really foretell one like if I have the stammer thing, but I just know that I'm the shy type. So in having a conversation, I lose words, and recently I found out myself that when I'm having a conversation with you and I'm lost for the words, I find out that it's the smile and I take this place, I just laugh at it.
Wondered if it's a psychological problem, or I don't know, because at times, like with him giving an example of the kid imitating someone, and you also mentioned, right? So is it from birth, or like is it a psychological thing, or is it hereditary? It's quite confusing.
According to Kristen, that was in our group before she left, she said that it's not by mimicking someone. So I don't know, because I felt that I got mine from my parents. What she said is not possible. But I also went to the doctor that said that it's in the gene, and that that when you're pregnant, that there's a way you can go for a test, but it's expensive, and then they can check the gene of the child to know if the child is going to be a stammerer, then they can correct it. That was what the doctor told me. Yeah, so maybe I will invite him for our next meeting.
Wonderful.
And then he can come and speak more about
hereditary. It's not
that was
psychological.
That was what he said. But like she's saying that when she's low emotionally, it's increased psychology and genetic.
Because like when people are tense, some of them stammer when they're tense.
Oh, yeah, me too.
They will not be stammering.
They will not be stammering.
Yes.
Or when they're angry.
And again, I remember when I was younger, people used to tell me that the reason why you cannot say your past is because you are lying. I remember maybe if someone finds a trouble and I fight, they now say, what happened? Yes, they now say, what happened? The person will not say, no. But I turn out and I say, you must be lying, that's why. And then I would just, it was so sad, sincerely. It was only something.
Oh yes, and I also wanted to ask, like, everyone the coping method, like, how do you handle it, like, when you're about to stutter, or like, how do you handle the situation, or like, how do you cope with your stutter? Because I actually still haven't mastered any, like, I just freestyle it. If it comes, then if it doesn't.
Do you have any technique, like anything?
Like you mentioned, like to switch words.
To switch words.
Get alternative words.
Alternative words. That is what to do help you.
You can use alternative words, and at times you might use some of these words that can fill in gaps, like as in. People use that. That is as in. So that kind of thing. So
Gestures.
you can use gestures. You can use your hand most of the time.
Yeah, and
No wonder.
relaxation helps. Should I say a last word? Like even some I can just tweak it somehow.
Yeah.
Then for me, I think I told you already, I like when I am going for an interview, that one I psych myself, like I psych myself like I'm the boss here. I'm the one going to go interview that person. Like I psych myself to a point where when I'm entering, like I'm fierce, like I'm going in to go and so when I see myself from that place, it's easier for me